We are back once again with the big 50th episode of the Torch News Roundup. And my, how time flies. It's been about a year since I began this show, and for me, it's been a way to share some of the things that I'm excited about, to hopefully talk with some of you about some of the really cool things that we have to look forward to in the world of comic books, superheroes, and the like. Well, we have a lot to get to, so let's get to as much of it as we can. Alright, so we have the third Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, and I'll be honest, I think it's the best one yet. I'm going to take a look at the domestic trailer first. We get to see some classic scenes of Spidey being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and some of the same stuff we've seen before. Spidey sees the new crazy dangerous weapons the Vulture's men are using up close. Spidey fighting the Vulture in midair was really cool, and we get to see some of the suit's high-tech trappings, such as a built-in parachute, which is kinda cool, but I'd have preferred if Peter made one out of his webbing like in the comics, in all honesty. The most interesting part to me was Donald Glover's character telling Spidey he needed to be better at intimidation. So does that mean Glover's playing a hero? I'm guessing he mentors Peter after Stark bails on him, but the question remains, who is he playing? Some speculate it's the Prowler, Hobie Brown. Although in the comics, Hobie was about the same age as Peter, but they may be doing the same general storyline where Hobie is a crook with a high-tech costume that turns good due to Spidey's influence. Alright, now over to the international trailer, and this one is even better than the domestic one. It starts with Peter filming the events of Civil War from his perspective, so that was pretty funny. We also get a lot more from Michael Keaton's Vulture. I really like the take they're using with him here, as a literal vulture picking through the scraps left to him after the Avenger battles. We get to see a lot more from the boat battle, in fact, probably too much of it. I think we see the entire resolution of it here. But yeah, this was probably the best trailer. Just loved seeing more from the Vulture and Michael Keaton. I think he's really going to blow us all away. I think they're pushing their luck now and showing too much, though. I think they're still showing new clips and stuff, and I'm really just going to stay away from all of it now. But these trailers really got me excited for the movie, and we're not too far away from its release now. We've only got about a month to wait. And also, a film where we have to wait considerably longer, the Black Panther gets its first teaser trailer. But oh, what a trailer! It feels much more like a full-on trailer than a teaser, which I welcome. So the trailer starts off with Everett Ross, played by Martin Freeman, interrogating Ulysses Klaue, played by Andy Serkis. And I'm sure I'm about the 41st person to point out the irony of Bilbo Baggins interrogating Smeagol. But I'm really glad to see Klaue is really going to play a big part in this film, because he's traditionally the Black Panther's arch-nemesis. I was a little disappointed he wasn't responsible for T'Chaka's death in Civil War, but they can still make him a strong adversary here. I'm really hoping he gets that sonic arm by the end. And so we see Wakanda in all its glory here, and it looks fabulous. Lots of colorful pageantry on display, and I love the look of the state-of-the-art cities and aircrafts. Apparently Wakanda is the stuff of legends, and Klaue is the only outsider to know some of its secrets. We get some sweet scenes of the Panther in action, and that costume is a killer. It has to be one of Marvel's best realized costumes on film, right up there with Iron Man and Spider-Man. So Michael B. Jordan plays Killmonger here, and he's wearing a goat mask or something, which I thought was very cool. I'm not sure what his comic costume looks like, but I like the way it looks here. And so Killmonger breaks Klaue out of his prison, supposedly in order to forge some kind of an alliance. And we see T'Challa leading Wakanda and doing some diplomatic work, it appears. We also get a look at the Dora Milaje in action, which is awesome. And we see a brief look at the cast. It's an amazing cast. Forrest Whitaker, last seen as Saw Gerrera, and Angela Bassett, last seen as Amanda Waller in the ill-fated Green Lantern movie. Looks like we even get a Ubangi in there. How cool is that? I believe we see the man-ape near the end too, but only a glimpse. I just love the way Chadwick Boseman plays the Panther. He's got the accent down, he looks great in the costume, and the action will no doubt rival Civil War. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a whole lot about the Black Panther's lore. I mostly know him from some Avengers stories, not unlike Doctor Strange or Guardians of the Galaxy, but the film looks amazing judging by this trailer, and I can't wait to see it. And finally today, we bid a sad farewell to our old chum, the legendary Adam West, the one true Batman, who passed on at the age of 88 from a brief bout with leukemia. For an entire generation, including myself, West will always be the Batman. Indeed, the character of Batman itself actually owes much of its long-lasting success to Adam West and the '60s series. It was the success of the show which launched Batmania across the country in the 60s, which made the character a household name, thanks in no small part, of course, to Adam West's iconic performance. West's Batman was the perfect representation of the Silver Age Batman, the duly deputized agent of the law who struck fear into the hearts of evildoers, while still maintaining a smile and charm with which to inspire the young people of Gotham, and beyond, to good citizenship. With West's passing, it's truly the end of an era. Much like Stan Lee as the face of Marvel, West was pretty much the face of DC's old guard, making appearances in various DC properties such as the Lego DC video games, as well as continuing the role of Batman in a pair of DC animated films, Return of the Caped Crusaders and the as-yet unreleased sequel. West had a varied career pre-Batman, starring with the Three Stooges in the western The Outlaws Is Coming, and guest starring in several TV shows of the day such as Bewitched and Petticoat Junction. He was even in contention to play James Bond at the time. But when 007 didn't come calling, he got the role of his career in Batman. During 3 glorious seasons and 1 major motion picture, West played the debonair Bruce Wayne and his alter ego, the Batman, opposite Burt Ward's Robin, the Boy Wonder. After the show ended, he continued to play the voice of the Caped Crusader, originally with his colleague Burt Ward supplying the voice of Robin during the Filmation Batman cartoon, before voicing Batman in the various incarnations of the Super Friends series. He also famously supplied the voice of Batman's childhood hero, the Grey Ghost, during the classic Batman animated series. Needless to say, I, like many of us, owe much of my love of comics and superheroes from growing up with reruns of the Batman series. When asked my favorite Batman, I always come back to Adam West's Batman. To me, he'll always be the definitive Caped Crusader. Along with Burt Ward's Robin, the series will always be my first choice for unadulterated fun in the hyper-colorful world of the dynamic duo. Thanks for all you meant to us, Adam, and God bless. Well, that about wraps it up here for this episode of the Torch News Roundup, Big 50th Edition. I want to thank everyone who's tuned in the past year. Regardless how many episodes I do in this series, or how frequent or infrequent they may be, I'm very truly grateful for each and every one of my subscribers, and everyone who drops a comment on one of my videos. You can check out my website for more information on my comic book, The Adventures of Bullets Bourbon, and follow me on Twitter by the link in the description below. Until next we meet, this is Johnny Torch reminding you, keep the flame burning brightly, and I'll be with you again. Same bat time, same bat channel. To the bat poles!